Hello everybody, welcome back to your favourite FIFA channel on YouTube, and today we're back with the Harry Maguire Career Mode Episode 5. It has been a little while since we have seen the man, the myth, the legend that is Harry Maguire. As you may or may not know, I have been ill for the last few weeks, but I am starting to feel better now, so I'm hoping to start producing a whole load more content. If you do have any ideas you want me to try out, let me know in the comments, and as always, if you do enjoy this episode, make sure you leave a like on the video, it really does help out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and turn your notifications on. So starting off today's episode, we have a massive kit clash. It's Sunderland against Sheffield United, and look at this, it's brutal.
What is going on here?
I literally could not tell the difference between any of the teams here. I don't know who I was defended against. I could have backed out and sorted out all the kits, but I'm way too lazy for that. I'd already loaded into the game, so we have to deal with it. It's only one game, we can deal with that, but the goalkeeper cannot deal with that from Ollie McBurney with an absolute belter of a volley to start this game off 11 minutes into it. And to be fair, I didn't have a clue who was shooting. I thought it was the defender, but it's okay, we will deal with it. But look at that, the deflection from the first shot, and McBurney watches that ball all the way down to his foot, cracks it on the volley into the side net and making it 1-0 already. And not long after that, it's George that makes it 2, doubles our lead into the 17th minute, only 6 minutes after the first goal. An absolute flying start to the game from us. George with an absolute belter as well, a little pass through. The defenders open up the gap, part like the Red Sea. He hits it across the keeper into the side net. The keeper doesn't really stand a chance, he's hit it so well. Just 3 minutes after our second goal, Sunderland finally worked their way into the box, or just outside it. He just drilled it across, and look at that, just taps it into the bottom corner. Doesn't make a good connection with it, and I'm all over the place. I'm in no man's land. I am lost. I thought that was one of my defenders. I just ran out. I need to look at their socks, because the socks are the giveaway here. Red socks against us, black socks for us. It's a good finish, but the keeper probably should be saving it. He's covering the near post, but he just falls to the floor. He does hit it into the floor just over his foot. Very disappointing, but they half the deficit now, and it's game on. This game is going at 100 miles an hour because George again with a strike. This time the keeper does make the save, and back with us, 32nd minute. George once more, he hits it straight past the keeper. There was some ferocity behind that one. He hit that as hard as he could. Keeper didn't even want to risk his hands with that goal. He's taken a little bit of the pressure off me defensively, give us an extra goal cushion. We do get a little bit lucky, to be fair. We do get tackled and the ball bounces back to him, but look at that. He literally locks and loads that left foot and just unleashes it into the back of the net. Absolute belter. Keeper does flail at it, but it's 3-1 now, and it's still the first half. I finally get my first tackle in the 34th minute, my second one in the 40th minute, and we finally make our way into half-time with the 3-1 lead. Sunderland need to up their game big time in the second half. They didn't produce too many good quality opportunities. They finally get a strike off an outside box, which I do block. I thought this was my midfielder, so I start moving up the pitch, but lucky for me, the goalkeeper is there to make the save. On to our first attack of the second half, and McBurney is there to make it 4-1. That is the nail in the coffin. He's put this game to bed. Sunderland have no chance of getting back into this one. They have not done well at all. Second half has started off just as bad as the first one, but the cross is beautiful. McBurney on the lefty, the defender does charge up, he actually headbutts his teammate just either inches away from making the clearance. Look at that, dives out, missed it completely, and McBurney hits it pretty close to the goalkeeper, but the power beats him. 4-1, and we're still on it. This time the keeper does make a pretty decent save. The ball was struck straight at him, and the defender covers the line.
Have it.
I have no idea what happened to McBurney there, but after that, he actually going on a counter-attack. Keeper does make a decent save, gets up pretty quick, but again, the striker does get his head to it. I finally get an interception in 82nd minute, and just before the end of the game, they get another shot, double block from myself, move the ball up the pitch, and finally the referee blows the whistle, ending 4-1. I only had 2 standing tackles. Definitely did not play my best, but we won the game, and that's all that matters to me, except a clean sheet. After the win, we had a nice little charity party at Halloween, and we also decided to buy a treadmill to help with some training exercises. And as you can see, that helped out a lot. Maguire's nimble as you like now, rapid. No one can catch him. But moving on to the next game in the league once more, we're at home this time against Burnley. Burnley are a pretty decent team, to be fair to them, but any team with Harry Maguire in the back line is never going to concede too many goals. We do have the first opportunity though. Look at this for a miss, by the way. He did so well in the build-up. John Fleck hits it pretty hard, but again, not the accuracy there. The flies past, hits a fan in the face. Now they're on the attack. I'd go for a slide tackle. I think I get the ball there, but apparently not. The ball does work its way back into my other defender's hands. I do get booked for that as well. Pretty disappointed. Burnley's first strike on goal doesn't really find the back of the net at the near post, but the keeper is there. And from the resulting corner, look at that for a finish. He rises like a salmon to find the back of the net with the header. I hate corners though, because I never get locked onto the ball. There I am, stood right in the middle. No one knew. I run out because I think I'm going to header it, run away from the ball, and somehow my defender gets the wrong side of the striker. Don't know why. He's trying to climb on his back, trying to get a piggyback. And look at that for a finish. He's not even really in control. Gets his fat face on it and finds the bottom corner, putting us behind now 1-0. It doesn't take us long to tie the game up though. It's Billy Sharp with the finish. He is the man of the hour, always finding the back of the net. Captain fantastic. The play is pretty decent, but we get a bit fortunate. The defender does tackle Ollie McBurney, but doesn't come away with the ball, and McBurney finds Sharp, who just powers that past the keeper at the near post. Keeper just falls to the floor. The animations are so ridiculous on this game, to be fair. The keepers are so dodgy, but we all know this. We hit the post with that long range effort from McBurney, and at the half-time interval they have a long ranger which the keeper just holds tightly. Never going to score from that far away, especially when I'm in front of them. They're terrified of me. Moving on to the second half now. Burnley are the first ones on the attack. I get my foot stuck in there, come away with the ball, play it forward, on the charge now. I love to go on storming runs, you know this. I played a through ball to Norwood, he finds that side netting, but he is offside, and he was literally like a toe offside. The time was nearly perfect. I take a bit too long to move my tree trunk legs to kick the ball. It was nearly the perfect goal for us to put us in the lead, but unfortunately not long after that we get an injury to our defender. No one near him, he passes the ball, goes down with a leg injury.
Oh, my leg! My leg!
Those are always the worst one when no one's near and he goes down. Into the 81st minute though, Burnley get the possible winner. 2-1 now, and I'm so annoyed. I thought I could block it. I gave him too much space. I'm a bit cautious at the moment. I didn't play too well in the first game. I stepped off him too much, tried to close him down the last second. He hits it just before I can get there. And look at it, I'm so close. I'm like a toe width away. If my toenails were a little bit longer, I could have blocked it. He finds the top corner, and then I get subbed off. Probably deserved only one tackle, 6.4 rating. Not the best, 14 passes, but George saves the day, scoring in the 84th minute, 3 minutes after they scored to tie the game up, and it ends 2-2. Now we're moving on to the next game against Watford at home again, and we always tend to start quick at home. 5th minute in this time, passes across to McBurney was at Norwood this time, and he gets the goal. Literally 5th minute, we are rapid with the starts. We start with just like energy around us, play the ball really quick, move it around, defenders don't have a clue where they're going, and the pass across is always there. Look at that, the back line's nowhere near him. Look at the space in the middle, on the penalty spot, hits it on the volley, side net, and the keeper just gives up on it. He doesn't want to get dirty for that one. It is Norwood though. Tom Cleverley plays for Watford still? I didn't realise that. Either way, he's losing this game. I do start the game pretty well, get my first tackle nice and early on, and then look what happens. My defender takes the ball away from me, they score, but lucky for us, he is offside. I'm not quite sure why, maybe he did make a motion towards the ball, but the man who finished it was definitely not offside, but for some reason I never lock onto the ball. And now McBurney doesn't give me a chance to complain about it. He scores, making it 2-0, but I'm having a big trouble with locking on the ball at the moment. Every time the ball's near me, for some reason my defenders just push me out of the way and get the ball. I'm not sure, maybe it's because we're playing 5 at the back and I'm the like middleman. But the goal from McBurney doubles our lead, and look at that for some power. But the play, the pass, Sharp gets a bit lucky, does get tackled, but again he finds the man in the middle, and McBurney is never going to miss from that. One-on-one with the keeper pretty much. I get a nice little block in, stretch my long old tree trunk legs, and we go into the half-time interval. 2-0 to the good, and hopefully it can continue. But the second half, Watford the first ones on the attack. I get a nice little twisting tackle, but lose the ball with the pass, and I'm out of position now. They do get a shot, and the keeper does get called into action, saves it. Now it's time for some pinball, bouncing off every player in the box. Our midfielder clears the ball but gets injured on the way, but the play is continued, always played to the whistle. A nice little slide and tackle block, but they do get the ball, but finally we get the ball away and work our way into the Watford box to finish it, making it 3-0, and this game's just over now. Watford put up a little bit of a fight, but we've just put the game to bed. The passing from us again just splits the defence apart. The man runs from the middle. He's the first one that starts off the play, just charges straight through the centre, hits it at the goalkeeper, and he's had an absolute howl. It's hit straight at him, side foots it, no power on it at all. He dives out the way. He didn't want to get dirty and just falls to the floor in disgust. 3-0 is how that game ends. 8.2 rating. I played a little bit better. I could still take it up another notch, but hopefully we'll see that soon. Now move on to the last game of the episode. It's a big one against Premier League Wolves in the Carabao Cup round of 4, and look at Traore putting on the afterburners, but there I am, the man, that treadmill's putting in work now. Close him down, get the ball off him. Now here we are, early on the game, finding the back of the net, 13th minute. It's a new scorer this time. I actually don't know his name. Hopefully we can see it from this angle. It's Koulibaly. I actually don't know who he is, but either way, I love him if he's going to keep scoring goals like that. Look at the run again. The midfield run is so dangerous in this game. The defenders don't have a clue where they're going or who to mark. Just try to throw one of the keeper, has the composure, just hits it pretty hard. The keeper probably should be saving it. It's close enough to him, but he doesn't, and we're 1-0 up. My first tackle though, look, I push the man to the floor. Don't get no rating. I get one for the interception though, that follows on afterward. And again, not giving him no time, but this time he pushed me to the floor. Guedes it is. I'm out of position now, but my defender does a good job of covering me. Another weird little tackle that stops the ball, but they still have it somehow. As Moutinho sends the man to the shops with the nutmeg. Ridiculous, but we do get the cover in the meantime. But he passes back across to the Wolves player who can't finish it, hits it straight at the keeper. Again, I get caught out because I thought my man would have done a better job. But there we go, 5 minutes before half time. Double the lead, 2-0 against Wolves. Who would have thought that? Billy Sharp, told you, he's the man. He's the god in this team, always scoring goals, but look at the space he has. Doesn't have the pace like he used to, but he knows how to hit a ball well. Side net, the keeper reaching for it, but he's reaching for the stars because he's nowhere near it. And we go into half time feeling good with a 2-0 lead. Wolves need to turn up for the second half though. They didn't do much in the first half. They do a little bit of this every now and then. Moutinho with the nutmeg. Now Podence with a little flick over Bogle. A lot of skills on show, which is good to see. What else is good to see is a 3-0 lead for us. Wolves just doing all these fancy tricks and that. Doesn't get you wins though, does it? Billy Sharp gets us wins with another strike. This time at the near post. Hits it pretty decent to be fair. Keeper, you expect him to save it at the near post, but again, this game, keepers are broken. He does hit it to the top of the net though, so maybe should be conceding. It's a decent finish to be fair. Top bins, keeper doesn't really stand a chance if you look at it that way. A nice little tackle for me in the 60th minute, and this time it's McBurney trying his luck from long range, and the keeper, these keepers, I don't know what to say anymore to be honest. They are making a fool out of the profession of goalkeeping. He should be saving it, but McBurney hits it from pretty far out, takes a little touch out just outside the edge of the box, and the keeper does get a fingertip to it, but not strong enough. He has a case of the floppy fingers, and we know all about that in the goalkeeper career. I get a slide tackle here, which I'm pretty happy with, and good tackle. We love to see that. I love getting stuck in, and then I make a little bit of a mistake, but I get saved by my goalkeeper, which is what he's there for, you know. Another mistake, and this time I do find the back of the net. No one marking the right back. I think it is Neto, who that is? Yeah, Neto, number 7, 75th minute on the dot. It's a good finish to be fair. He drills it nice and low. I thought I could have got there, but he took it so early. Keeper is on the move, and it's one of those ones, if you find that bottom corner, no one is saving it. So they're getting a little consolation goal, making it 4-1, and literally straight after that, Moutinho with an absolute beautiful finish. I have no idea how he's done it, but he has, and he's half the deficit. It's such a good finish. There's a little bit of squeaky bum time now. 10 minutes left. They could quite easily score another 2 goals. My defensive partner does a good job in the first block, but somehow Moutinho finds his way through 3 defenders with the strike. Look at it from this angle. Hits on the top of his boot, through the 2 defenders. I'm there as well. Past the keeper, off the crossbar, and just tucks itself into that bottom part of the net, and then I get substituted. That's 3 times in this episode I've been subbed. Maybe I'm wandering around too much. I'm not getting too many good tackles in either. I'm lunging in. It's just something we're going to have to get better at, and I will learn, and hopefully we'll get some more goals as well. But sadly, that is going to be it for today's episode. I hope you did enjoy. If you do have any ideas for videos you want to see me make, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn the notifications on. And as always, look after yourself, stay safe, and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.